What's going on, everybody? I am Sami Abu Saad, Director of Education here at T3 Live. Welcome to my weekly videos. As always, thanks for tuning in. Going to be looking at the market and give you my outlook for next week. We'll also go over my top swing ideas for Monday. But before we start, if you like this video, please hit the like button. Also, beneath the video, you'll find a few helpful links if you'd like to check them out. But for now, let's go ahead and get started. We'll start out by looking at the market. Qs, this is the QQQ, which is the tracking ETF for the NASDAQ 100, is setting up long. We have the G20 meeting going on right now, but the market actually looks higher. Usually the market is, news is almost always factored into price. And the market right now is, regardless of what the news is setting up long. On the Qs, we need to take out 187.33. We need to take out 187.33. On the SPY, I think we're already triggered long. The daily buy setup triggered already. Now, having said that, on the market, if we look at the market here, it's not a very clean pattern. It's a sloppy buy setup that's extended away from the 20 MA. So it's not the cleanest chart pattern I've ever seen. Okay, weekly remains bullish above the moving average, triggered the 1, 2, 3 as discussed in last 2 weeks ago. Okay, and then monthly above the moving average. So bias is all out bullish, but I just want to say again that the market is a little sloppy. Okay, I do want to give you one other piece of information about the market, and it's the IWM. IWM, without a doubt, leads the market. Okay, IWM is the Russell 2000, basically the index for small cap stocks. It was the first one that topped out. It topped out in September. Let me show you the monthly chart of IWM real quick. It topped out in September, way before anything else topped out, way before the Qs, way before the SPY. The SPY and the Qs topped out in October. And the IWM is not at the prior all-time high. Again, this is the monthly chart of the Russell 2000. It's way below. Okay. Having said that, that's not a bearish pattern necessarily. Okay. I think we go back up to the prior high. But watch out for this. Let's go back to the daily. This is the key pivot that just formed. If we take out 150.75 on the IWM, look out below. I kid you not. If we take out 150.75, that will be a very bad sign for the market. Okay? Otherwise, bias is all out bullish. Bias is all out bullish, with this being the only issue or the only thing to look out for. If we take out 150, if we break under 150.75, then that will be very, very bearish for the market, in my opinion, since the IWM leads the market and it's setting up on the monthly chart as a transition C breakdown, but it's failing. But I'm just saying, if we take out 150.75, which is just right here on the daily chart, then I think the IWM will roll over, which means the entire market will roll over. Okay? I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm just saying be on the lookout. I mean, just be careful, be aware of this super significant pivot that just formed. All right. Now on to some actionable swing ideas for next week. We have the following. A lot of bullish stuff, just incredibly bullish stuff. And a lot of 1, 2, 3 patterns. What's a 1, 2, 3? A 1, 2, 3 is mainly happens after breakouts. So you have a base, and the stock breaks out above it. If you're in it from here, great. You don't need to do anything. If you're not, after the breakout bar, so here's the base, trying to draw a straight line here. Here's the base, breakout. After the breakout bar, usually the market or the stock doesn't just continue higher. It's slow. It gives you a narrow range bar. If you get that bar, then that's called a 1, 2, 3 setup. You can actually play above the second bar's high, stop right here. If you're in it from on the initial break, then great. You don't need to do anything, or you can add to the position if you want. So the APPS has a 1, 2, 3 long right here, stop right here. Before I proceed, I forgot to show you the disclaimer, which says, so, please feel free to read it, but says something to the effect that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss today is for educational purposes only, not to be construed as investment advice. You and only you are responsible for your trading results, okay? So I just want to make sure we're on the same page there. APPS 1, 2, 3 on the daily chart, love it. AXSM 1, 2, 3 on the daily chart. This is even stronger than the APPS, probably. Look at the monthly, crazy. It's like Bitcoin. But the APPS has a better moving average, better rising 20 MA on the APPS daily chart. But this is also a 1, 2, 3. Casey was an official play for the strategic swing traders as an earnings play. Notice how it printed a red bar into a rising 20. That was my clue to get in it long ahead of earnings. Okay, and it gapped up really nicely in us. That was just a few weeks ago. It broke out over all-time highs, over a 1.5 year base, or about a year-long base, and now has a 1, 2, 3 on the weekly chart. So Casey is just super bullish. Like it higher long term. Okay, Casey looks like the Disney on the monthly chart. I like both higher long term. Both are wild, but Casey is much wilder. Cold is in a powerful weekly uptrend. Powerful. Okay, daily has a buy setup. So just over this bar, stop under the low. Okay, lift broke out and has a 1, 2, 3. That's not bad over the base, over the narrow range bar, stop under it. Pins, daily buy setup. I was short pins and then I had to trail out over 25.16 or 14, something like this. 25.14, see it? So I had to trail out right here. I was short the pins. This was also an earnings play. Short, as it ran up hard into earnings, into resistance. I shorted it. This was an official call for, again, for the Strategic Swing Trader program members. But now it trailed out as a short, and now it printed higher highs, higher lows, right? And has a buy setup. So I do like higher. RVLV is a deep pullback, but is doing a buy setup. I had an idea on the CrowdStriker, I think, CRWD. CrowdStrike as a long was also a very deep pullback, but worked yesterday. So this is exactly the same. Recent IPO, deep pullback, but a buy setup. Bigger stop, but the same exact setup. Twilio is in a also powerful weekly uptrend, exactly like Cold, right? Exactly like Cold, which is a real estate stock. So Twilio has a daily buy setup too. Over the base, stop under it. It's not the prettiest, but look, when you have that kind of a uptrend on the weekly chart, this shouldn't fail. Look at this. Uptrend also on the daily. Shouldn't fail. VKTX is a transition AS setting up on the daily chart, plus a 1, 2, 3. The only issue with it is it's into the prior highs, into resistance. On the VKTX, ZGNX, gap, 1, 2, 3. Breakout, and then 1, 2. So over the highs, stop under the doji bars low. And then ZS is another really bullish uptrend, buy setup, plus a 1, 2, 3. So over the highs, stop. I wouldn't put it under the red bar. I'd put it under the green bars low. Okay. I picked 4 plays for tomorrow, for Monday, for Strategic Swing Trader members. So if you log into your T3 Live account, you'll see that my official picks out of all of these. Shorts, I don't have a good list, but I have 2 that I like the most. I have just 4, but I 2 are the favorite. ACRS is a 1, 2, 3 after a gap down, so just under the second bar's low, stop above it. Kirk is a breakdown, setting up, so just under the base, stop above it. Kirk is like home. Kirk was also an earnings play. Okay, I did this live when I was doing the mentorship in Chicago. I got in it before the close, and the next day was a 40% sell-off or more. Home was the same, or Kirk is the same as home. Breakdown right here. I'm in the pivotal, but it might trail out tomorrow or on Monday. Short on the sell setup. So they're all 3 of them are similar. I'm not in the Kirk, but I am looking to get in it on Monday as a short. OCX is a 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, and then if we break under these two doji bars lows, then it'll be called a 1, 2, 3, 4 breakdown. Short under here, stop right here. Okay, and then VBIV is a sell setup, but very strong. So this is a bit questionable. So 4 short ideas, and I think about 8 or 9 or 10 long ideas for Monday. Notice these are actionable trade ideas. They're not just like just talking about nothing. These are actually real actionable trade ideas, some of which I will be doing. Can't reveal the exact plays that I'll be doing because these are reserved for members. If you're interested in joining me in the Strategic Swing Trader program, which pays for itself and 100 times more, click on the link and check out the links in the description of the video. But that's all I have for this week, for this weekend. I am going to do another video in the next, just after this video, about the cryptocurrency market. I think it's really interesting what happened, and I'm gonna do another video in the next couple minutes or so. But for now, I hope you have a great rest of the weekend, and I'll talk to you sometime next week. On Tuesday, I do my weekly Tuesday lesson for day traders. This is more for swing trading, obviously. So next week will be on Tuesday for day trading. But for now, this is Sami Abu Saad with T3 Live. Good trading, everybody.